Welcome to the beginning of this January session of the legislature. It almost seems like they're continually meeting, so it's getting confusing in terms of what session we're in. But this is the really important legislative session that really, hopefully, will focus on the budget and get a supplemental budget passed.
Right.
In preparing for that, one of the things the Developmental Disabilities Council did last summer and fall was we invited people who are eligible for DD services but who do not receive a paid services. We invited them to be a part of a survey so that we could find out more about them and maybe some things about what they might need. And we mailed out an invitation to participate to about 16,000 people. We got 670 responses back, which is a good response. And we found, when we asked people that, do they need a service? We found that 56% of that survey response said, yes, we need a DD service today. And it was interesting to me that the most identified service that people needed was respite care.
Not surprising, but interesting.
Interesting, and that's one of the programs the legislature is considering to suspend. And if they do, they're going to add another 1,000 to the no paid services caseload, which doesn't seem to me that we're making progress. So we published this report. It's available on the DD Council website, and it's also available, if you're interested, if you go to informingfamilies.org website, and you'll find the report there and some additional information in response to the other questions that we asked.
Well, that's excellent. It's really good information to have. One of the things that we have learned over the years, and we're reinforcing it again this year, is that your personal story makes all the difference. If you could talk about what a 15% reduction to a waiver service might be, or actually a total elimination from even being eligible for the DD caseload, or the suspension of family support, or if you're a residential provider, the potential of a 6.5% reduction, or a state-only supported person who's in employment, what that impact of your loss of supports would be. We need to have you tell your legislator that personal story, either through an email or if you can come down to Olympia talking with them. But it is really critical, probably more so this year than any other year.
When we were doing the survey, we had a chance to gather some people together that we surveyed, and I can tell you that listening to their stories is really difficult and challenging and kind of heartwarming at the same time. They're willing to share. The stories have a lot of impact, and I'm sure if they had an impact on me, who's been involved in this for 25 some years, they will certainly have an impact on legislators. So it is so important that people be willing to send an email, to write a letter, to make a phone call, or to come down here in person and share their story and the effect that these cuts might have in their lives.
Now, the revenue forecast is going to be coming out within the next couple of weeks, and as soon as that happens, we're hearing that the House and the Senate will have their budget out. And so once we have the budget, we'll put that online so you can see what the impacts are. But again, please share your story. It makes all the difference, and do that now. And remember, change is made by those who show up.